Yeah, we back. Now, today's going to be a quick video. I'm going to be responding to a subscriber. I'm not going to reveal their identity. I'm just going to read what they said to me, and then I'm going to give a response. I'm going to give basically, my perspective on the situation. So I got an email sometime in the past week. Take a look up on the screen. It said this. NelsonAmadeus is the preeminent channel in the Pan-African space on YouTube. The material you provide is not just based on opinions, but on historical facts that are of doctoral research quality. The time I imagine it must take for you to gather the research, dissect it, and prepare to disseminate to your subscribers speaks to the commitment you have to our people to ensure that we are not only well informed, but that we stand tall and fearless in our blackness and our Africanness. As your elder, I am impressed and humbled by your knowledge and wisdom. The ancestors are proud, and I am proud of you. As I mentioned, I am your elder. I am an older black woman married with a family, and we are raising 2 black kings. I just found your channel on YouTube and I've been binge watching it. I am a Pan-African as well, so I am more drawn to the historical videos than the ones focused on the continent, specifically the Sahel. By the way, your videos on these topics are exceptional. I have noticed that you have quite a few videos with the themes around the divestors. However, 98% of these videos are focused on black women dating outside the race and not the black man. Other than being a black man, why else do you choose to only highlight one side of the divestor issue? Black men are more likely than black women to date and marry outside the race. I'm sure we can both agree on this. And I believe we also agree that the men who choose to date and specifically marry outside the race are of higher socioeconomic status than their wife in most cases. Typically, when a black woman marries a white man, he is of the same socioeconomic caliber as her or higher. To name a few: Serena Williams, Eve, Meghan Markle. I'm not including these so-called social media celebrities and influencers. One of your videos highlighted Tina Turner's husband inheriting her fortune after her death. Kobe's non-black wife inherited his fortune, which is massive. Jonathan Majors is the classic example of what you would call the divestor. He dated a white woman whom he said wanted her to behave more like a Michelle Obama or Coretta Scott King. A black man said this to a white woman instead of dating a Michelle or Coretta. This same white woman proceeded to say he assaulted her, pressed charges, and almost caused him to lose his freedom, but essentially caused him to lose his career, or at least the upcoming roles that he had. He went through all of this with a black woman, Megan Good, standing by his side after she was picked last. I know you said you didn't really know him or the story. I implore you to do your research and then do a video on this topic. Black young men and some older men get caught up in these types of situations more times than I care to cite, and they need to know the pros and the cons of these types of interracial relationships. I would also ask respectfully that you provide more balanced and unbiased videos on the divestor topic, highlighting women and men, because they both are equally important to our community. Black man for the black woman and the black woman for the black man. I hope you received this email in the spirit it was written, with respect and a true desire to hear your perspective addressing both sides of the topic. Now, she was very diplomatic, so I'm going to be respectful and diplomatic as well. I'm not gonna, verbally assault the elder. I got respect for my elder, so we're gonna come respectful in this topic. We're gonna come respectful in this discussion. Now, she began the email by saying NelsonAmadeus, the preeminent channel in the Pan-African space on YouTube. Now, in the Pan-African space on YouTube, I would ask her, who else is talking about the divestor topic from my perspective, right? Who else is really attacking it from my perspective in the Pan-African space, in the pro-black space, in the black community in general? The discussion only goes in one singular direction, towards the black man, right? Take Dr. Umar Johnson, for example, probably the most popular and well-known media personality in the so-called Pan-African space, right? And when he discusses black relationships, he only speaks in the direction of the black man, right? The snow bunny crisis, the black man chasing the snow bunnies, the black man chasing the white woman. But very rarely will he ever touch the other side of the game, right? Very rare, right? He might touch it for like 2 seconds, then he jumps right back to the black man. And that's pretty much been standard operating procedure in regards to black relationship discussions, right? It's only acceptable to talk about the snow bunny crisis. It's only acceptable to talk about the black man chasing the white woman. Anything else is off limits. Anything else is unacceptable. Now, basically in this email, which like I said before, was very respectful, very diplomatic, but what she's basically telling me to do is take from the Dr. Umar Johnson business model, right? Stop doing what you're doing and be more like Dr. Umar Johnson. Be more like the other names and personalities in the space. Don't worry about what the black woman is doing behind closed doors. Only talk about the black man. Don't worry about if the black woman is mixing and mingling with our enemies. It don't even matter. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, right? Only worry about the white woman, right? Don't worry about the white man, right? Let the white man do whatever he want to do. Don't speak on the white man. He's off limits, right? That's pretty much been, like I said, standard operating procedure in the Pan-African space, in the black community, when it comes to discussing black relationship dynamics, you are not allowed to speak on the white man. You can speak on the white woman night and day, right? If you speak on the white woman, they gonna clap. Oh man, preach, brother, preach. The white woman, preach, preach. When you talk about the white man though, everybody can start getting nervous, right? You start speaking about the white man though, everybody start getting shook. Everybody start sweating bullets, right? Everybody's scared to talk about the white man. I don't understand why. Now, back to the elder. Like she said, she's new to my channel, right? Now, the reason why I attack the topic in the angle that I attack it is because nobody else is talking about it. Nobody else is talking about it, right? Everybody's scared to talk about it. I don't know why it's such a taboo topic. I don't know why it's so off limits, right? When it comes to the snow bunny crisis, when it comes to the black man and the white woman, we could talk about that night and day, right? That's the tried and true. But when it comes to the other side of the game, why is everybody scared to talk about it? Why does everybody want to keep it under wraps? You know, keep it behind closed doors. Don't talk about it. Don't ring the alarm about it. Why? I don't understand why, right? I don't understand why. Now, when it comes to the black man with the white woman, I feel like Dr. Umar Johnson, he already has that lane covered. I don't want to step into Dr. Umar Johnson's lane. I'm not going to step on his toes. I'm not going to step on his business model. That is Dr. Umar Johnson's bag, right? I'm not going to go and start talking like Dr. Umar Johnson. That's his style, right? On my channel, we talk about topics nobody wants to talk about. And that goes for everything across the board. We talk about topics nobody wants to touch. We dissect topics that everybody's scared to go in depth about. And that's what makes my channel unique, because I cover topics that are very unorthodox, that are very uncommon, right? And also, I want to ask this question to the elder, right? Like I mentioned, Dr. Umar Johnson. You already got guys like him who already 24/7, day and night, 7 days a week. They already talk about, you know, the black man with the white woman, the black man with the snow bunnies. They already got that covered, right? But I want to ask her, where is the female equivalent of Dr. Umar Johnson, right? Because Dr. Umar Johnson, he makes sure to tell the black man, you have to be with the black woman. The black man has to be with the black woman. And even on my channel, I say the same thing. I don't got no eyes for any other woman except the black woman, right? But my thing is this. I added this caveat. I don't deal with black women who date outside the race. But like I said, where is the female equivalent of Dr. Umar Johnson that is also telling young black women, you got to get with a black man? Because when it comes to young black men, nobody has a problem giving us that same speech, right? You have to embrace the black woman. You got to be with the black woman. But I don't hear young black women getting that same advice. You got to be with your black man. They're not getting that same advice, right? In fact, young black women are being told the opposite, right? So while the young black man is being told you got to embrace the black woman, you got to love the black woman, right? They telling the young black woman, girl, you got to do what makes you happy. Girl, it don't matter if he's black. He could be white. He could be green, purple, and orange. As long as you happy, it don't matter. As long as he treats you right, it don't matter. But they tell the young black man, you got to be with the black woman. You got to love the black woman. But they tell the young black woman, expand your options, expand your horizons. So like I said, there's a disconnect. And when it comes to the elder, I say this with all due respect. I guarantee when you go into different areas on the internet or different comment sections, I guarantee you do not come with the same speech to other black women, right? You don't tell other black women you got to be with your black man. I can almost guarantee that you tell them to expand their options, but you come to my email and tell me you got to tell the black man to be with the black woman. And that's the disconnect that I just can't reconcile, right? Because there's a bunch of black men all over the internet, especially in the Pan-African space, the pro-black space, that have that same position as Dr. Umar Johnson. The black man has to be with the black woman, right? For example, this brother right here.
2025, we not dealing with that goofy ass propaganda, them pushing these weird ass narratives with these motherfucking NFL stars and these basketball players, only pushing interracial couples and shit like the fucking Shade Room, just stirring up the fucking pot, trying to make it seem like black men don't love our fucking women, bro, when those sports players only make up 2.2% of the fucking community. They are not the majority of the community. They're sports players. And for y'all to motherfucking push that goofy ass propaganda like somehow black women are hard to deal with. We love our women, black women, we love y'all. Y'all shit, y'all T, y'all always gonna be T. And it is what it is. Fuck them niggas.
Now, on the internet, you could find an innumerable amount of black men sharing those similar sentiments, right? Especially in the so-called Pan-African space, the pro-black space. That's a very common sentiment to express. And like I said, Dr. Umar Johnson is the spearhead of that. But where is the female equivalent with the same level of popularity and notoriety? For example, this lady said this a couple weeks ago on social media. She said, I met this older black lady yesterday and she told me all of her business. And then she asked about my love life, so I spilled a little. She gonna tell me that my problem is that I'm stuck on black men and I need to expand my horizons to white men. I started ignoring her after that. So when I talk about the disconnect, this is what I mean. So young black men are being told, listen, we love our black women. We got to love and embrace our black women. And the older black women are telling the younger black women, you got to move on from black men. You got to go deal with the Caucasians and the Europeans and the Asians and the Indians and the Pakistanis, right? So that's my disconnect, right? That's my thing. We can't have two sets of rules for both sides of the community, right? We can't be coming to the black man and tell the black man, hey man, only talk about the black man. Don't talk about the white man. Don't talk about, only talk about the white woman. Don't talk about the white man. You know what I mean? Make sure you tell black men they gotta love the black woman, right? And then you go to the black woman, right? And then you tell them, listen, you gotta expand your horizons. You gotta expand your options, right? And not only are you guys giving out two different conflicting messages, but also when someone like me comes along and I expose the hypocrisy, I expose the two-sided dishonesty in front of the entire world, y'all come into my comment section, y'all come into my email, and y'all try to silence me. Y'all tell me stop talking about it. Y'all tell me stop talking about the white man. Only talk about the white woman. Don't talk about the white man. The white man is off limits. The white man is a protected demographic, right? Don't talk about him. He's off limits. He's high up in the sky. You can't talk about him. You're not allowed to talk about him, right? Only talk about the white woman. Why are we not allowed to talk about the white man? That's why I don't understand. Why is it such a taboo topic to talk about the white man when we talk about the white woman day and night? Why are we not allowed to talk about the white man? Why? I don't understand, right? Especially on my videos, I'm not insulting these women. I'm not bashing these women. The only thing I say is, listen, brothers, if you're a black man like myself with a similar mentality as myself, right? If you follow my channel, my only advice is, if you're a black man like me and you only have affection, you only have eyes for the black woman, the only word of advice I would give is, don't waste your time dealing with black women who engage in certain lifestyles, who engage in certain activities, right? Thus, when you avoid those women, then you increase your options of finding something of substance. That's really the central theme behind all of those videos. I don't tell black men to stop dealing with black women. I don't encourage black men to date outside their race. You're never gonna find one video on my channel where you ever gonna hear me say, yeah, brothers, that's why it's time to get white women. Those words have never came out of my mouth. The only thing I say is, when you do find your black woman, make sure that she is compatible with you mentally and spiritually. Make sure she has the proper mindset that you can build something with long term, right? Make sure that, God forbid, if something happened to you, you got into a car accident, you had a heart attack, you had a stroke, you got shot and killed. Make sure you choose the proper woman with the proper mentality and mindset to raise your children and lead the next generation. Pass down your teachings and pass down your values to the next generation, right? And you can't do that, in my personal opinion, as a black man with my mentality, you cannot do that with a black woman who has that mentality of, oh, I'm expanding my options. I'm dating white men and Mexican men and all this stuff. No, you can't do that with that type of woman. No, if you're a black man like myself and a mentality like myself, she doesn't have what it takes mentally and spiritually to raise your black children. And like I said, these are just my personal boundaries and my personal preferences, right? Just like there are women who don't want to be with a man who's been in and out of jail, or don't want to be with a man who has mental illness, or don't want to be with a man who has STDs, right? Same thing goes for me. I don't want to be with certain women who engage in certain activities and certain lifestyles because we're just simply not compatible mentally and spiritually. I just don't think it's certain conversations we would not be able to have because you be jumping in and out of the white man's bed. So anyway, like I said, let's jump into a case study. So I can basically get the elder to understand the reason why I make those videos, to expose the hypocrisy and the dishonesty surrounding this topic and this discussion, right? Now, take a look up on the screen. This was posted sometime in the past day. So this lady, she posted a picture of this couple that's apparently popular on social media, right? And then she captioned it, "I live for her. I'm not going to lie," right? Basically that, she loves this couple, right? Now, like I said, when you see couples like this on social media, when you go into the comment section, I don't see anybody, telling this lady that, oh, she got to be with her black man and the black man for the black woman, right? For whatever reason, the way they be coming into my comment section and my email, they never come into these comment sections when this is going down, right? When the elderly geriatric white man running around with the young black chick, nobody comes into their comment section with the Pan-African speeches, right? But they come into Neferkari Dessalines and tells me, hey, stop talking about the white man. The white man is off limits, right? Now, let's take a look at some of the reactions on social media. Are you going to see any woman in the comment section telling her, you got to be with your black man, the black man for the black woman? Let's see, right? Let's jump into it. Take a look up on the screen. This lady said, the future is looking bright, right? Listen, in their comment sections, this is what you see in their comment section, right? When it comes to us, they give us the Pan-African pro-black speeches. But when it comes to them, the future looking bright. Let's continue. This lady said, I had to stand up and applaud you, right? So, like I said, when it comes to the black man, we get the Pan-African pro-black speeches, the black man for the black woman for the black man, the black family and the black community. But when it comes to them, I had to stand up and give you a round of applause. Man, let's continue. This lady said, this girl is living her best life on TikTok, right? Ain't no Pan-African speeches. Ain't no pro-black sentiments being expressed. Ain't none of that. The black family, the black community, the black dollars, generational wealth for the black family. You don't hear none of these sentiments, none of this rhetoric when they doing their thing with the Caucasians. You don't hear none of that. When they run around with Mr. Charlie, you don't hear none of that Pan-African garbage. Living her best life. I had to give you a round of applause. The future looking bright, man. Does he got a brother? Does he got a cousin? That's what you hear on their side. But on our side, on the black man's side, we get all these Pan-African speeches, these pro-black speeches. Anyway, now, this same lady who just said she's living her best life, just last year, she said this. Dr. Umar Johnson made a good point about keeping generational wealth within the black community by procreating with black men and black women, right? So, like I said, that rhetoric is only reserved for black men. They don't tell each other. They don't talk about generational wealth amongst each other. When they have in their private conversations, they don't talk about generational wealth for the black community, right? When they have in their private conversations, they be telling, girl, you living your best life. Girl, do we got a brother? Girl, you doing your thing, right? But when it comes to the black man, the generational wealth for the black community. Man, listen, man. Now, listen, maybe hopefully the elder can kind of understand why I make those videos to kind of expose the hypocrisy and the two-sided nature of this discussion, because I'm not saying you are not honest, right? Maybe the elder is genuine in what she's saying, but the vast majority of y'all that come to me with that type of sentiment, the majority of y'all are not honest. The majority of y'all are not genuine. The majority of y'all got some ulterior motives that for whatever reason you don't like when I speak on this topic for whatever reason. Like I said, the white man is off limits, right? The white woman, we could talk about the white woman all day, but the white man for whatever reason, he's off limits. We can't talk about him, right? We're not allowed to talk about him for whatever reason. Let's continue. This lady said, one thing about it, the white men are never ugly. Right. So she said when the black woman gets with the white man, he's always handsome. He's always photo shoot fresh. Right. He's a runway model. Right. Top of the class white man. Right. You see, there's no Pan-African speeches going on in this comment section. Right. If it was the black man, they would have been, oh, man, the black man. Look at the black man, abandoning the black woman. Look at the black man, leaving the black woman behind. Look at the black man abandoning his community. He hates his mother and he hates his image. You know what I mean? Like, but when it comes to them, oh man, the white man is always handsome. The future looking bright, man. Oh man, I gotta give you a round of applause. That's what I'm saying. That's why I started making those videos, because I started noticing that a lot of y'all just running game. A lot of y'all just running some pure game, some pure unadulterated game. Now let's continue. Now, that same lady who just said, oh, man, the white men are never ugly, right? She said this just last year. We've been trying to tell y'all black men, these women y'all liking or saying better than black women, they got a whole agenda on how to scam you and take your money to better themselves and not give a damn, right? So like I said, she's basically basically saying the same thing the elder said to me, right? You got to warn black men to be careful of these white women. You got to, be careful of these women of other races, right? But the same woman just said, oh man, the white man is never ugly. And man, the white man is always handsome. That's what I'm saying. So elder, I want you to get into the comment section and address this double-sided behavior that is so common in the ecosystem, right? Out one side of their mouth, girl, you living your best life. I got to get like you, girl, you living your best life. And then on the other side of their mouth, we've been trying to tell y'all black men, these women trying to scam you. These women trying to take your money, right? Oh, not now. It's about the black family and the money and the black money. now it's about the black money. Okay. Oh, now it's about the black money and the generational wealth, keeping in the community. Oh, okay. Let's continue. This lady said, I actually don't give a F when I see a black woman in a swirl relationship. Now, this lady, she just came out and said the quiet part out loud, because we know that's how y'all feel. But she just was one of the rare ones that just kept it honest and just came out and said, yeah, I don't give a damn when I see the black woman with the white man. I don't care. I don't care. Now, this lady responded and said this. I love it when they do it. But the men, on the other hand, ... Now, she came out and doubled down. She said, I love when I see a black woman with a white man. But the black men, on the other hand, she obviously disapproves, right? And that's the overall sentiment that I see in the ecosystem. And that's really my issue with it, right? That's the reason why I made those videos. That's the reason why I make those videos. So hopefully the elder can kind of understand my perspective and can kind of really, see where I'm coming from with that, especially as a black man like myself, who the only woman I'm looking for is a black woman. But I ain't trying to come after the white man. I ain't trying to come after the Indian man. I ain't trying to come after the Mexican man. They can have that. I don't want that after that. I don't want that shit after that, bro. That's my thing. That's my thing. And I don't think I'm wrong for feeling the way I feel at the same time either, because a lot of black women feel similar as I do. There are many black women who hold similar sentiments as I do. They don't want to be with a black man who has eyes for the white woman and eyes for the Mexican woman and the Indian woman and all this different types of groups, right? And I'm the same way. I don't want to be with a black woman who wants to hold hands with the entire world, want to jump in bed with all different groups of men. I like my woman to be stuck up in prejudice. I like my woman to be, very proud of her ancestry and her history and her culture, and I don't want to deal with a black woman that wants to bend over for the white man. That's just me, right? That's just me. And I'm going to keep making videos about it too, so my brothers can get on the same program. Now, this same lady who just said, oh, I love when I see a black woman with a white man, right? Just like 6 months ago, she said this, right? She responded to a black man, getting married to a white woman. She said this, all that potential, and he chose to marry a white woman, right? Now, this is the same one who just said, I love when I see a black woman with a white man. She seen a black man walking down the aisle with a white woman, all that potential, and he chose to marry white, right? She's disgusted. But at the same time, when the shoe was on the other foot, all of a sudden, oh, yes, I love the whites. Oh, yes, girl. Yes, you living your best life. So like I said, that's just a level of hypocrisy I've never been able to reconcile. And I just don't understand it. I simply don't understand it. How on one side you become Malcolm X, you become, Betty Shabazz with the pro-blackness. And then on the other side, you become a tap dancing, ass kissing booty scratcher, kissing a white man's feet. Like, how do you have two conflicting mentalities in the same mindset? Like, how do you go through life with such a contradictory mental configuration? Like, I don't understand it. That's why I say those women are not capable of raising our black children, because your mentality is fucked up. Your mentality is fucked up. Like, this is schizophrenic levels of craziness. Like, how can two conflicting ideologies occupy the same space at the same time? That's why I say I don't deal with those women who have those conflicting mentalities, because I can't trust you to raise my children. I can't trust you to raise my legacy. You're crazy. Like, that's the best way to, like, you're crazy. Like, you're nuts. Like, you need medication. Like, you're sick. Let's continue. This lady said, the way y'all praise this and then be mad when a black man dates a white woman is asinine. A million think pieces about how they must hate their black mother and their black sisters, and y'all out here hating y'all black family too. So we found one. We found one in the comment section. We found the voice of reason in the comment section. We found one logically thinking individual in the comment section that can kind of see the hypocrisy. She said, I don't know how y'all praise this, but then on the other side, y'all talk about the black man hates his mother. He hates himself when he gets with the white woman. But then when you see the black woman with the white man, you tap dancing and you booty scratching, you kissing the white man's feet and you genuflected. So yeah. So shout out to her. We found one person in the comment section, but this whole comment section, literally thousands of women in the comment section. Yes, girl. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Do we got a brother? Yes. That's the overall sentiment. She's the rare. She's the minority. She is the rare minority. The vast majority are in the comment section tap dancing and just, throwing the parade. Let's continue. This lady said, every single time, I'm happy to see another black woman call this weird behavior out. They hate interracial relationships until they find a white man. And it's so hypocritical. Okay, so we found two individuals, right? We found two individuals in the comment section. But like I said, if it was the black man that was this topic of conversation, this whole entire comment section would look like this. This whole entire comment section, like I said, it would be Pan-African speeches. Everybody will be talking like Khalid Muhammad. Oh, you got to love the black woman, and we got to keep the black dollar inside the black community, and we got to do it for our ancestors that was locked down in bondage in slavery and the Middle Passage, and the ones that died in the ocean while they were, locked on the slave ships. And like, that's what it would have been if it was a black man. But when it's the other way around, all of a sudden, girl, yes, you living your best life. Yes. That's what I'm saying. I just can't get with it, bro. I just can't get with the stupidity and the hypocrisy. Let's continue. This lady said, I think they commend it the other way around, because more than likely she is getting his money. In the other situation, they feel like a black man is taking care of that white woman and they don't respect it. Now, this lady's trying to, I guess, rationalize the hypocrisy by saying, okay, it's different. It's different when we do it, because when we do it, we're getting with the Fortune 500 CEOs. We're getting with the captains of industry. We're getting with the chief executive officers of gold mining companies, right? And, it's different when we do it, right? So we're getting the giants. When we get with the white man, we getting with giants. But no, you're not. Like, you're getting with regular motherfuckers that pop pills and do drugs and have alcohol addictions and sexual addictions and who are bisexuals and who don't really got money anyway. The vast majority of white men don't even got money anyway. It's only the small circle of elite white families that truly have all the goddamn money. And that's how it is in every single country. Every single country you go to, the majority of the wealth is hoarded in the hands of a small circle of elite families. And those men from those elite families typically don't even marry outside their race. They don't even marry outside their ethnic group, number one. So this idea that when y'all get with the white man, you getting with the chief executive officer of, Barrick Gold, or you getting with the chief executive officer of, Goldman Sachs. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're getting Billy, or you're getting Jared, who works at the bar and you met on Tinder. You're getting with Jared, who you met on Tinder. His dad is an accountant. His mom is a school teacher. And the combined family income is like $112,000. And because he has white skin, right? Simply because he has white skin, you automatically assume that he has money. Just because his skin is white, just because he is allergic to the sun, you automatically assume that he's coming with big bags of money, right? Like she said, oh, it's different when we do it. We commend it because we're getting the money. How do you know this guy has money? How do you know these white dudes got money, bro? How you know the guy you got money? Y'all don't be dealing with the ones that got money, because the ones that got money, they keep it in the family. They with the white woman. The white woman is getting all that goddamn money. So what you mean you getting with? No, you're not. You're getting with the dregs of white society. You getting the white men that white women don't even want. You're not getting the chief executive officer of Resolute Mining. You're not getting the chief executive officer of Orano, the uranium company. Man, stop it. Y'all getting with some regular individuals, man. But y'all glorified because they white. Some of y'all feel so small in front of the white folks. Y'all look at the white folks as giants. You automatically assume they got all the money and power. See, I don't have that inferiority complex because my family actually has money. So unlike y'all, I don't see a black woman with a white man and automatically assume that she's living her best life, that she's getting all the money. I don't assume these guys have money. The vast majority of these guys is broke. And the ones that do have money, especially old money passed down the line in the family, them dudes ain't dating outside the race like that. Now, of course, these dudes, like I said, they might trick off, right? Because like I said, a lot of times these guys have, sexual addictions. So of course, behind their wife's back, they're going to link up with the black sugar babies and the black escorts. But at the end of the day, they're going to go back to their white woman they got at home. A lot of times when y'all get with these guys, it don't really amount to much anyway. The vast majority of the time, the only thing that happened in the relationship was just some plantation sex, and then that was it, right? That's why the vast majority of y'all always end up running back to black men. I got so many videos on that too. That's what we call the Divestor to pro-black pipeline, right? And I literally have so many videos in that playlist that talks about that exact phenomenon. How so many of these women, they start out talking about, oh, I'm trying to expand my options. I got to get with the white man. Of course, it doesn't pan out. It doesn't lead to anything but plantation sex. Then they want to run back to the black community. They want to run back to the black man, talking about, I love the black man. The black man, we got to be with our, the black man got to be with the black woman. We got to, keep the black dollar inside the black community and, build up the black family, right? But you were just laying up with the white man. Oh, I know, but I've seen the error of my ways. I moved on. It was just a phase. It was just my white boy phase. Please. I ain't trying to be with no goddamn woman that ever had a goddamn white boy phase. Keep going through your white boy phase and stay the hell away from me. Let's continue. This lady said, it's different because they rarely date older white women. This young lady is doing it for reparations. Take that man for everything he got, sister girl. Right? So she says it's different when black women date white men because black men do not date older white women. And she says this woman she's doing it for reparations, right? She's doing it, to avenge her foremothers that were abused and tortured and murdered in bondage, right? That's why she's jumping in bed with the white man, right? She's doing it in honor of her ancestors. She's doing it for reparations, right? That's why she's bending it over and backing that thing up for the white man, right? She's doing it for, her great grandmother that was murdered in cold blood by the white man. That's why I say, brother. That's why I say, brothers, I don't deal with no black woman that dates outside the race. You cannot have this type of mentality raising your children, bruh. You cannot have this schizophrenic ideology, this schizophrenic mindset raising your babies, bruh. This don't make no sense. This lady says they having sex with white men because we're doing it for reparations. We're doing it for our ancestors. My God, man. All right, bro, I'm telling you, bro. I got nothing to say. I got no words, boy. Let's good to see you. This lady said, she responded and said, so sucking white man's meat for a come up is okay, but a black man marrying a white woman is the problem? Is that what y'all telling me? So this lady, she's the only voice of reason in the comment section, right? She's the only voice of reason. These other women in the comment section trying to justify why they eating the white man's meat. And she's like, listen, I don't get it. So you mean to tell me like sucking the white man off is cool, but when you see the black man with the white woman, you all of a sudden become a Black Panther and a freedom fighter? Okay. This lady said, I know this might be controversial, but I believe this. Being anti-interracial dating when it comes to black women is anti-black, but being against it for black men is not, and is justified. So this lady's also standing in the hypocrisy. She said, if you are against black women dating other groups of men, like if you are not in support of black women dating other groups of men, then you are anti-black. That's what she said. She said being anti-interracial dating when it comes to black women is anti-black, right? So that's anti-black if you don't let black women get intimately involved with other groups of men. But she said being against it for black men is not. It's justified being against it for black men, right? So she's just standing on the hypocrisy out in the open, right? She said, yes, it is okay for black women to get with the whites, but it's not okay for black men to get with the whites. That's what she said. And listen, I didn't ask the elder her position, but something tells me, elder. Now listen, if I'm wrong, elder, let me know. But something tells me that you feel similar. Something tells me the reason why you wrote me that long email is because you feel similar. You didn't want to say it. You didn't want to come out and say it. You know, you definitely, you tried to butter me up in the beginning. Oh, Neferkari, that's Celine, the preeminent, you know, you tried to butter me up. But I think underneath all that, because I'm an intelligent black man, I think you feel the exact same way as these ladies right here. Anyways, she responded and said this. My problem is them trying to justify it. There's no way I'm going to find a problem with a black man marrying a white woman when I'm gargling a white man's balls. Listen, man, this your boy Neferkari, that's Celine, back in the building. Yes, it did. Cash app in the description. Support the channel, man. Support the album. Peace.
No. Feel like I'm 75. Know that your team be full of them traders. You know that can never be mine. I'm grabbing a thought when I drive. I'm back in my zone and we on. She said that she ready to come be my wife. Yeah, hoping I don't do her wrong. I gave her my word in this bond. I'm whipping the best like a lamb. I mean no chicken and lamb. Accustomed to call me the man. I never be up on the gram. I'm keeping that way undercover. She want me to tell her I love her. I told her I'm breaking the rules. I told her we making the news. Back in my city, they loving me. Standing alone, I'm 100 deep. Enemy plotting and still in reach. They trying to make sure that we underneath. Trying to make sure that we never make it. Coming for power, come get acquainted. Coming for everything that I wanted. Feeling like Drake, but I really wrote it. Feeling like Kendrick, I'm checking names. Gotta roll up while I go insane. Got so much stress, I've been gaining weight. Stuffing these racks in this Louis case. One thing for certain, I'm about to check. Keep it 100 and nothing less. Stick with the family since day one. Had to stay down till my day come. Had to stay down, but I'm never patient. Hop on the mic and I'm motivated. Hop on the mic and I drive a classic. Haters can't see me, they copping glasses. Back in the studio making magic. Got a new tape and it's in production. Back on my business, I got a budget. Staying low key when I'm out in public. Feel like I'm 75. Know that your team be full of them traders. You know that can never be mine. I'm grabbing a thought when I drive. I'm back in my zone and we on. She said that she ready to come be my wife. Yeah, hoping I don't do her wrong. I gave her my word in this bond. I'm whipping the best like a lamb. I mean no chicken and lamb. Accustomed to call me the man. I never be up on the gram. I'm keeping that way undercover. She want me to tell her I love her. I told her I'm breaking the rules. I told her we making the news.